Is this thing working? Hello?
How's it going, everybody? I am Husky Skulls, bring you a new episode, or this might be really old if you watch this far from the future, and it's... Sometimes I gotta think about how I word things. Anyways, welcome to this episode of Creepy But True Gaming. It's been a while, and I am back, I am refreshed, and I'm ready to do this. But, of course, we're going to get a little creepy too. So what we're going to be talking about today is a character that we know and love. Someone who has enjoyed crossover mania. Of course, someone who has once again crossed over with the world of rabbits. We are talking about the man himself. Cappy. No, I'm just kidding. Mario. Mario, you know Mario. Everyone knows Mario. If you don't know who Mario is, get out of the game community. There's a lot of weird things when it comes to a light-hearted video game franchise, such as the Super Mario series. Unless you go to Luigi's Mansion, it could be a different can of worms right there. But there's one thing that really not a lot of people seem to touch when it comes to the creepy aspect of this thing in the Super Mario series. And what they do is very short, and sometimes they just don't think much of it. But what is I'm talking about? Well, it goes all the way back to the first Super Mario Brothers. The origin story of what it is today. So go ahead, grab your popcorn, sit back and relax while we dive down to the deep depths of video games. This time it's going to be the whole Super Mario series. But what is it in every series? Every game of Super Mario, that seems to be a little too dark. Let's dig right into it and find out.
We all know the man. Even Snake's Colonel said the best in Super Smash Bros.
Mario made his first appearance in 1981, and since then, he's become a worldwide phenomenon. There's probably not a single person who doesn't know Mario. He's that famous.
But there is one secret I'm sure not the average Joe down the street would know. A secret so dark, it was only mentioned once, I believe. Never in game, but within the game's manual. If you never read the manual, then let's be honest, whoever did, maybe this is why we never get them anymore. As I was saying, if you never read the story of how the Mushroom Kingdom came to be, then knowing this evil turtle kidnapped your banging bed, what are these floating blocks? I wonder how many of us just shrugged it off because it's a video game. You know, video game logic. But if I told you these blocks in the series of Super Mario had an origin story of their own. Let me just put it this way. We know Mario is, most of the time, lighthearted. Well, most of the time. I mean, I did say that. But Nintendo is happy. How can you look at these fine folks and be like, hey, they don't look like the kind of people that would enslave your whole entire family to think of new ideas in the next Kirby game? But what the games never told you, once again, only in the manual, You can look this up right now if you have the Nintendo Switch Online app for the NES games. These blocks you break for points and items, they're living people. That's right, you are a murderer! Off to say, Peach, let me just grab an item out of your own very soul. And this is never mentioned. And from the looks of future installments, I don't think you ever managed to say these poor things to be back with who they were. I'm sure they're toads, and we're killing each one every time we break a block. But this isn't the worst part of it. Let me just say it this way. We're just as guilty. Watching this video, you may or may not have a game called Super Mario Maker. Or in fact, maybe the recently Switch release, Super Mario Maker 2. It's a game where you make your own levels and share with other players. But haven't you ever stopped to realize you're just lining up the next pile of bodies, ready to be broken by the fists of the players? We're just as guilty. We're all murderers. Hey, Nintendo did this, not me. Why are you looking at me, funky?
And there we have it, guys. Pretty freaky stuff, wouldn't you agree? I mean, who would have thought playing an average game like Super Mario Brothers, you're secretly killing the civilians of the Mushroom Kingdom? That's dark, Nintendo. That's dark. Well, if you liked the episode, guys, well, good and awesome. I appreciate to take your time to have some enjoyment here. But of course, if you liked the video, you know the drill. Until next time, guys, you have yourselves a good one.